solve a mystery or rewrite history. DuckTales, woo! Every day that I've been making DuckTales, woo! Tales of daring, do bad, and good DuckTales. Danger, watch behind you. There's a stranger out to find you. What to do? Just grab onto some DuckTales, woo! Every day that I've been making DuckTales, woo! Tales of daring, do bad, and good DuckTales, woo! Not ponytails or counting tails, no DuckTales, woo!
What the fuck? Was good? Was good? Was good? What we got in here? Amy dropped another one. Let me get y'all in a booth with it. Check out this portfolio madness. I'm bringing it to Robinhood. We'll check. We in this bit. We in this bit. Hey man, what kind of day it was, man? It was crazy. SoFi, SoFi dip. Let's get into the SoFi dip. SoFi, SoFi, SoFi. Talk about Apple, ET. Let me go to the snowball. The snowball do a good thing of tracking. Since I sold out my Tesla, it no longer shows my annual dividend. We received about 24K in dividends when we held that position in Tesla. So we definitely gonna work up dividend portfolio. But we just testing the wins, and then we got hit with that goddamn deep seek. Then we got hit with that goddamn so far earnings. So right now, y'all can see it. We sitting on cash. Like fuck it. We just gonna sit on the cash. You can see we have no dividends like passive. This shit was like we was getting 22K. Now we like 300 with this setup portfolio. So you can see majority cash, 76K, and the rest is in that so far. And then yeah. To the Robinhood so far in general. Oh, I bought the dip on SOXL since we rebounding. The market wanna so I'm all like fuck it. Instead of doubling down on buying the SoFi dip, because I had about $700. I was like, fuck it, let me grab some of this. Because I'm down in my portfolio, in my retirement account on this. So anytime you own something and drop a lower than wait, did they just give me some more money to buy this? I don't mind if I do. Saying I'll buy. You get some of these right now? You won't. You won't. 24.30. I'll buy 4 of these. I'll get some of these right now from you. I'm gonna grab some of those from you. Cause this had a crazy dip. That 38 points from the deep sea. So instead of like going into the semiconductor, we just gonna weigh in on this. I'm comfortable with this in my individual because I bought this at 7. So I'm really just trying to see how low can we go. It'll be some good dip at 15. Good dipping, good dipping. We just got rid of some of that little buying power we had. I want to talk about the SoFi. SoFi went down again. We was able to sell off them puts and then buy back and then write the puts again. It would be a good idea. Mommy, that's dirty. He's home. Yeah, you silly butt. All right, let's see the SoFi contracts. All right, so we sold, we bought back to close the $20 contracts. And then we wrote 25. So what the problem what we experiencing with these contracts that we're writing them to early? in hindsight. So what we're gonna start doing, like I said last stream, is we're gonna go to stimulate returns, and we're gonna put in limit orders to open up contracts and buy to close them based on price fluctuations. Thank you. So let's say we next time when we play a cash secure put, when we pay in to buy it back and then rewrite it, we gonna see what would the actual price be of that contract if it was at that price. So we're not caught off guard. So when the SoFi dropped to that 1360, that contract was worth 11. So knowing that that was the perfect time to write the contract. So now we know that the best time to write the contract is when it's bottoming, dipping, it's going down. So in theory, when this shit was at 16, oh, 18 last week. That's why when it went to 18 last week, it was a good time to buy the contracts we wrote back. You see, at this point, the estimated contract price up here is like $9. So it kind of makes sense. So we understanding the buyback is like when you're in profit, but the second brainer is when is the perfect time to write the next batch of cash secure puts. So the next time to write them is when the market starts dipping again. So normally, you can play this kind of good, like pre-market, market open. Then we can like experience in the market dip, and then when the market dip, it kind of do that extra dip. So you can like put in some limit orders to write the contracts, anticipating the market dips to let's say SoFi dips to 1540. You know what I'm saying? You can put in an order to sell that contract, sell a cash secure, put at 1050. So I'm gonna just start using this Saturday right now. I'm gonna slow it down. A lot of times I'll just be moving too fast. I'll be looking at my market. We got Uncle Bruce in the background. I'm just trying to make some plays, and then I'm just prepare myself when I'm like, all right, we're gonna snipe these cash secure puts, and we're gonna use the limit order, so we're not caught off guard with the contract price. Because they be trading, I just realized they be trading on elevated volatility. Like when SoFi had orange, they like was up all day, and then they died immediately at 3 o'clock. So today we majority of the portfolio is weighted in SoFi calls. So we definitely gonna yoink back up. So all time highs approaching 100K loading. We about 22K from 100K. Get out the calculator. Like I said, my strategy has been buying a dip, a margin, then I sell off, and then I rinse and repeat. I write cash secure puts, and yeah, I grow my cash pile. I really don't own the stocks at this particular phase in my investment journey. I rinse and repeat with stocks, but I own cash. So use the stocks to get the money up, and then go cash gang right, collect cash secure puts. Try to get up a annual dividend portfolio. I just had a couple of thousand shares of Tesla, paying me about like 2K. Yes, sir. But we did went on that SoFi dip, so I had to double back on these SoFis and right cash secure put. So oh, I'm sorry, son. Me too. You lost your fish? Oh, we found that goldfish. Alright, so right here, depending on oh Nemo clownfish. depending on when these puts expire, we just let them expire worthless. Unlock the collateral. We looking at 155. So a portfolio with 155K with the margin, you can say that's down there 500K right there. We definitely gonna vamp up the portfolio as we start experiencing with this margin stacking. So I'll probably go over some videos from Oracle. 'Cause I've been looking at the margin stacking and I'm right there. So or we could go over the dividend passive income with 50K. But yeah, man, my account grew. Now we like hovering, touching this 1K, this 100K mark. It's just like holding stock with the margin, bro. That shit is like crazy because you can experience 7K drops and they only be like 1%. So you just gotta realize what type of money you're dealing with. You don't want to be overweight in a certain index like Nvidia that could have erased them gains if you went all in Nvidia. So at this point, all cash. Son, why I gotta be quiet? Another fintech play that's been moving is LX. I've been trying to get an LX. I held this shit at like $1 and something. I've been keeping it on my radar. This shit is just shoot up. I bought some more at the 6. Sold off one hold. It shot up. I see I own some of it before it popped to the 3. I bought the 3s, didn't hold them long enough. I seen the 6s, didn't hold them long enough. And now we in the 7s. And I think, like I said, every time Robinhood and the fintech, this shit started to gap up. There's some China stock, I think. Yeah, but yeah, news came out. Story 26, but story of risk, 100% buy rating. So yeah, Lex and fintech. Yes, that's it goes so far, slowly trickling up. I would have been actually up on SoFi if I would have doubled down on SoFi instead of the SOXL and Berkshire. Yeah, you see we gapping up. So depending on how fast we gap down, them calls that them cash secure puts that we wrote, they can gap right back down, and we just gap right back up. So just like they gap down 10%, them calls can die, and we can be up 4,000 just like that. So the only thing I'm starting to learn is that these cash secure puts, this is like money I could have received if I optimized point in time I sold the cash secure put. So it's like leaving money on the table if you down on the cash secure put, because like sold that put right here and got this amount, but you sold it down there. Now you got this amount. And you trading at this amount. So it's like, oh, okay. You got to be patient with these motherfuckers. Like I say, I wrote, what I wrote 30 of these motherfuckers. Yeah, I got 30 of them, bro. So last week, I wrote them around this price, thinking that I had something, right? Gapped up. So at this price, I could have bought them back at this price, right? And then turn around and sold them again here. So that is the move. You want to buy them you want to sell them at this price, buy them back at this price, sell them again, buy them back, wait, chill, a chance to buy them back and sell them again. So you gotta just learn how to rinse and repeat with these motherfuckers contracts, especially if they like got some time to expire. But yeah, you can just like really grow your cash pile. So you can see, just talk. For instance, this is a $25 put. Let's go see if so far starts gaps up to 25. My max profit I can receive is the 25K. So even if SoFi is at $24, $10. My maximum profit is gonna be that 25K. So the closer we get to expiry, the profit we get to lock in. So what are you doing right there? Wow. Right. Zoom out. Week. Get the snake. Love on it. Mm, let's see for the year. How much we lost coming in? The market dropped 10% over that Nvidia shit. So we all should be down a little 10. The 15th, yeah, I'm down 10. A 10% drop. Like I say, if we go to my ETFs, it don't really show me on here. We really low key still at the top of December, about 50K. We right at that top. So we just back down off my account all time high. The account just clicked back to all time highs. Oh, about 3 days ago, we hit all time high again in the account about 40K. So it's just like a pullback, but I think we're gonna definitely blow past 40 again. We had a new all time highs in the account. This is just like a little cool off. So right now, I'm just trying to figure out what direction we gonna accumulate in, far as with all the new news moving forward with the DeepSeek, the Nvidia, the tech sell off. So a lot of the plays we was making previous in the videos, it kind of changed the market tensions kind of changed. So we like you got to scramble your portfolio again. So I'm looking at financials, like I think I talked about in the other video. Uh, McDonald's, consumers. Now you gotta go. You gotta start thinking like safe alternatives. Like if people not gonna be spending money and shit. So we definitely gonna be going with banking. We definitely gonna be going with Snapchat because Snapchat looking like the move as it's starting to creep up. I talked about this in my video as we get in the year. Some of these stocks don't stay down for long. They came into the year, so you look at Snap and it's doing it right in front of us, and yeah, any moment it can just gap up again and be in a race. So right now we watching Snapchat as well. How much is the right some puts on this? About 300 puts. They got some in there, so it would have been like tens. 1025. Out of that's gonna be 2 bands. Yeah, 2 bands collaterals. I'm thinking about it. Thinking about it. The ones I was looking at is we had the dips. If the dips gonna be over, it started to load up back up on the SPY. We got SPYT. I sold some of this off with some liquidity. We definitely gonna buy it back. I brought done a bunch of the SPY dividend ETFs and stuff like that to the front. So we're gonna be focused on growth, ETFs, dividends, and blue chips, and then we're gonna try to load up on the SOXLs and semiconductor plays, TSM, transformer ETFs, TRI, TRFM. Uh, no dips in that thing. Jeez. Like I said, there's been a lot of movement in like the oil, but after last week news, bro, it just dwindled down in DTM. She was up like almost 100%. Uh, huge. A lot of the oil plays was another one we gonna have to move up is gonna be the SFXYs and the QYLDs, RL, no RYLDs, SPIBs and BBLU. We're gonna definitely just start loading up because these ETFs are starting to gain traction in the portfolio. They started to be in the safe bets, that the ones that continue to go up. If you just slowly just dollar cost averaging over the years. So just thinking about portfolio and then just like trying to maximize risk. You can just win by just like accumulating these portfolios, ETFs you see, BBLU, CLOU, EBIZ, EBIZ, FBCG, FXI. That's some like China plays right there. It's just like balancing the portfolio is just taking time to realize where is the money going, where is the money flowing. And I'm watching it flow into finance. I'm watching it flow into these ETFs. So I'm positioning the portfolio to follow growth, dividends. But I want to be tied down to something stable. So we're gonna have to once we sell out, 'cause we're gonna get into profit stacking, margin stacking. So once we sell out this portfolio, bro, we're gonna be sitting on like we just did the little math. We get some margin portfolio, so you gotta understand like sell out, we got 150 margin give us times what it is times four, 620K. Okay, we're gonna say 500K. We gotta weigh this bitch in something simple on the dip, and then the second layer is gonna be a dividend weekly play payout. So we're gonna need a weekly income coming and a monthly income. That's gonna be like I wanna say 40%. I wanna weigh that down with 40% in the portfolio. And the safe shit, like nah, probably the safe shit 50 and that shit like 40 and then 10% risky shit. Cause the plan is to receive the dividends, right? Since if we margin up on the dividends stocks, right? The payouts monthly gonna be a little bigger, right? But the margin is gonna multiply the payout. We stuck in there. Hopefully we can grow the cash pile upwards $1 million if we gonna continue play with margin like this. Like I think what margin is, it's easy to handle when it's like a couple of thousands, but when we start getting hundred thousands, 200,000, you start to like really gotta pay attention to the allocation because if you don't weigh it perfect, the shit start like rug pulling. So that's the type of shit I'm trying to figure out once we cash out. Because I cashed out prior, and I was like holding like 80K in SoFi, and then the moment I made a couple of $1,000, I sold out. 'Cause I wasn't gonna hold SoFi going into earnings, but I would cash write some cash secure puts, and boom. So we waiting for these puts to die. We buy these puts back. We're gonna be back in that position, all cash. But this time it's like, what do we want to do? So depending on how the market react, depending on what SoFi do, we probably would let it ride. So that put us to 2026 until we can touch the 150K. So in the meantime, we just keep adding to this cash pile. So that's why I'm saying 100K definitely loading. But with the margin, when we start using margin stacking, we trying to figure out how we gonna do it. Oh wow, you got them. Let me see. We went over this in like a previous stream, but I'm gonna just try to wrap my head around it again because I don't think people it went over my head. So I had to come back and watch a couple of these videos, but ran across this guy Oracle,
Now taxes?
uh, and it was about maximizing margin. So I was a big fan of any person who's maximizing margin because you like came across that you can make money with other people money. So it's like the rate of return they giving us to the margin is way cheaper than the bank or anything like that. So I'm just all open ears for anybody who maximizing margin and profiting off this shit. So I'm just gonna bring this shit y'all attention.
Mugs and t-shirts. I don't want you to click the join me button. Nothing. Your comments are what make me happy. Again, bad margin stacking. How does this happen? How do you stack properly? All right,
All right, so basically I'm trying to get a portfolio to mimic what he called good margin stacking. So unbeknownst to me, I was able to actually make a portfolio where I had this giant buffer and I didn't understand why I was loaded with margin. Like my margin buying power was like 4x. So it kind of threw me off that I had so much margin and a big buffer, and I was never able to balance that portfolio that way again until I came across his video and I realized, oh, that's what I must have did. I must have heavily weighted in that 50-25, and it must have been on a dip and it must have rised. And that's how I unlocked that buying power and that buffer. And I think it was actually at around the same time I was accumulating SoFi. So I was accumulating SoFi at like 7. So every time I buy like $30,000, $40,000 of SoFi, my buffer will go up as well as my buying power will steady go up. So I figured that it was a safe investment as I noticed that buffer rises as well as buying power rises every time I sold off and bought back in. So far, I get more margin. So it's like okay, it's a way of doing this where you can generate high returns with low risk. And when I say high returns, I mean making money Well, high margin, so
I open up out of the gates with my 50/25s. Okay, so if you look, it's going to tell you margin requirement. Okay, so you're going to stack in your 50/25s first. Here is an example of a 50/25. And this is my XDTE, which I love. I'm up $9,000. I know at Navarroads, right? You know, when they look at total return here, they don't add in no dividends. That's the way I look at total return too. Gee, Robinhood and I have something in common. That and March to the tits. Anyway, I love your comments below. Keep commenting under my videos. I love to read what you got in your portfolio. You all tell me the same old paradigm stuff. Oh, I got JETB, I got FETB. Come on, break free. And then you're all bedazzled by the new funds that they keep coming out with. You know, I'm going to ask when I have Howard Chan on from Curve, why do fund managers have to consider, because they don't introduce a lot of new funds, but why do some fund managers have to consistently introduce 10 funds a month? Is it because the funds they have suck and they're trying to keep the money under management? I don't know. People are talking about the new one. What is it? LGBTQ? LFGY? LGBTQ? I don't know. I'm not into it. XCTE, love it. S&P 500. Okay, it pays me every week. I've had 60-cent weeks, 30-cent weeks. It beats QDTE, everything, right? But check it out. Come down here. Look, check this out. 50/25. Misty is like 68. You put that last. Now, I've also experimented with putting all your margin into XDTE. It might let you only buy, let's say, $500,000 worth. But if you start with your foot in a low maintenance one, be it XPay, XDTE, whatever is 50/25, okay? You put, like if I want to put, what do I got here, like 500,000, right? So I start with 50,000 in this one, and then I'll put 50,000 into the next one that's 50/25. Not all in one. And then I'll keep all in the same day, okay? I'll build it all up. But first, as I'm buying those two, I'm checking my buying power and my buffer. I don't want to be here. I don't want to be high risk. I don't want to have more buying power than buffer. What will happen, there's another one. This would be my second one in. This is margin stacking, okay? I'm up $2,000 on XPay, right, which is another S&P 500. Most of you don't even know what the top holdings are in the S&P 500, yet you love them. Check this out. Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, NVIDIA, Alphabet, Tesla, Alphabet C-Class, and Berkshire Hathaway. Those are the top 5 in the S&P 500. Now, the S&P 500, XDT, and XPay, which I like, are the middle one right here. Your Qs, your NASDAQ, your QDTE, whatever, which I don't like, is down here. And you'll find old dead people up here, old dead white men, okay? It's like Warren Buffett and all that stuff in the Dow, Coca-Cola and Pepsi. Pfft, we don't want any of that. I don't even know if Pepsi's in there. You know, Pepsi is in the NASDAQ 100, and it's not even a tech company. Little known Oracle fact. So, if you're here for this 14 minutes, write the word gem under the video. I dropped you a gem. 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 I was almost thinking of Jenny. Anyway, let's keep going. Whoop, 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 whoop. This is what a deficit looks like. I didn't get this today. These are old. I saved a whole bunch of screenshots for you. That's how I went all the way back in time to show. Look, I had to go all the way back here to show you the Roundhill stuff, okay? And my performance analysis was epic. Okay, that was when we used to use shadow. Maybe I'll read that to you at the end. I have a very special, if you stay to the end, a new disclaimer. And I want you to comment on the disclaimer at the end. It has to do with yoga, but it's not sex. It's a great disclaimer. You got to stay. So as I'm back here in time, right, I'm finding my little notes here. Okay, all these things. So we went through bad margin, a deficit. Now, what does this mean? It says deposit funds. You don't have to. You chill. You could sell something and cover that, or if the market goes up, that may heal itself. It's a self-healing hole in your wallet. You don't have to do anything. Margin call, you get a big red thing. It says you can't open any new positions. And you know what you say? No shit, I can't open no new positions. I have no money. I'm in a margin call. And you sell just enough. Okay? Now, when you sell, do not pull out the wrong peg. Do not, my friends, pull out a 50-25. You can sell some of your 50-25. Yeah, I use all my buying power. I love it. Today I'm going to get like $30,000 more worth of buying power, which I can spend because I got a big buffer. The things have a big buffer. The ladies are right.
Try to have the big buffer. We need the big buffer. Y'all see that shit? Like, once we get the margin right, y'all, I see this. I've showed y'all my calculator, right? Like the other calculator, like we got enough money right now. Like 50K, we got the 75K, then turn to 180. We got right now enough to produce these type of games he's talking about. So we definitely got to get down and understand what he talk about when he maximizing the margin. So it's just like, don't put the snake on me. Why do you want to play? Put the snake on your face. Huh. Put it on your face. Exactly. All right, but yeah, hey, chill.
Right. The bigger your
Get out of here if I scare you away, son.
buffer, the bigger you can buffer. Yeah.
What? You gonna
So
don't make me mute this
let's
phone,
continue on.
cuz.
Damn, it's 8:33. Not that I have to go to work. I have to go to the gym and throw my trainer through a wall. Yeah, that's what I do. Being jacked is
76K to
critical. But nobody
150K.
wants to hear about that. We're about money. And I know you nerds, you're all sheeted out and, nervous. Relax. We're doing good.
36K all
Friend
time.
or foe.
Up
Oracle's here
100K.
for you. The 50-25's going
100%. My
first.
bad.
Even if you want to stack 3 or 4 of them. I'm a
So
friend of the small portfolio.
let's get it.
I like to just look at 4, no more than 6 positions. 5 is the magic number. I got 5 on it. Okay? Now, let's keep going. So your 50-25s go in first, however you want to put them. Okay? And I don't do the Jet Beat, Asphalt, all that stupid old world paradigm stuff. That's out. So this, I told you, you don't have to worry about it. It's not a margin call. Now your risky stuff. Now we come down here. This thing has had a big week. Okay? They had earnings. Boom! The impact of earnings. I made $13,000 that day. I put 125. Once you put high
Feeling stuck at
Damn, he got an ad in his motherfuckers. I'm trying to get to the part where he like go in depth about the stacking. I wrote notes on this shit. Got my notes.
margin requirement things on top of those key initial ones that I showed you. Okay, hold on. Okay. Once you go ahead and start putting things like this, look. Oh, this is 50-25. All right. So let's say a 50-30. Hold on. Okay, this is my Tesla position. I mean TSLP, which just went ex dividend on me, right? And I have almost 4,000 shares. This is a 50-35. We put these in after we put in the 50-25s. Then you can go crazy and put in the
So right now with Nvidia going on that dip, the S&P dipping, not only are we gonna load the portfolio in the YMax and YeildMax dips, we gonna be doing this tech dips because we just had a tech sell off. So it's gonna be a perfect time the margin stack. But we just gotta make sure we balancing it right so we're not well how overweighted on this level. That's if I can word that right. Like we trying to keep in mind if we go lower, we got enough buying power to load up on the next level lower. In order to margin stack correctly, you gotta have majority of the margin at the low level. So as it begins to rise, everything you margined on starts to rise too, and then you start just getting more margin buying power unlocked because how much your previous margin trade accumulated. So I'm thinking like just gotta accumulate out of 50-25 ETFs, sideways trading ETFs as well. We're gonna accumulate some of those. So we got this like for sure region to stack off on. Like he said, we got load up on this 20, 25, 50, 50, 25 maintenance requirement type shit. So
Where's this like Misty? A 6860, right? Look, I could almost buy nothing of Misty, right? A 6860 you can put in once you've achieved margin nirvana. Now, what does that mean? So you can, once you have your set core positions, the 50-25s, now you can start spending that buying power and you'll have buffer. It took a lot of experimenting, trial and error to get this to work. I've actually had to wipe my entire portfolio clean and restack at one point because I was holding YMAG and I didn't want to, and it was a 50-25. And after that, I had the higher margin things in. I pulled out YMAG. I went into an immediate 75, thinking that if
we
I
was
sold
here
this
last year,
$50,000, like pulling that
12
payout,
bands, bro.
selling $50,000 worth of YMAG,
Let's hope
garbage,
and pray we
right?
get the type of
That I could take
return we
that money
did
and buy
last year
something
on this
else.
50K.
No.
We're gonna be at
I
150K
upset the entire
next year.
apple cart.
This channel
The
gonna be like,
whole
what the
thing came
fuck?
down like a deck of cards because the higher margin
Y'all
things were still
subscribe
there,
early. Y'all
and it
in
was no
early on
longer
this
the
shit.
margin upon margin stacking that this
You
whole
late
video
because
is
you could have seen
about.
me be at 7.
Can you sell? So I had to redo my whole position. That's where I really learned it.
She ran this
No, I
bitch
didn't
up.
put YMAG back in. Thank you. Okay. But can you sell some of those linchpin positions? Yes. If you're up, let's say $5,000 and you wanted to profit.
Anytime you up on margin, just sell it off. It ain't your money. Lock in the gains. Get in a new play. That's how you keep ripping. Yes, sister. Turn off the lights. Why you got lights on? All right, turn off the other light and turn your room. Go. Got the Oracle ETF playlist. Which one I was watching?
The margin upon margin
Um,
stacking that this whole video is about. Can you sell? So I had to redo my whole position. That's where I really learned. And no, I didn't put YMAG back in. Thank you. Okay. But can you sell?
If you're new to wholesaling real estate,
Supposed to been doing the profit stacking, profit ripping.
Erosion doesn't matter. It matters greatly. But I'm not going to talk
All right, we gonna grind for $1 million. That's gonna be crazy.
about that today. I'm going to talk about the linchpin. I have found that if you start your portfolio the wrong way, you will be able to use less margin. Let me show you examples of properly used margin. This is a deficit. This is what happens before you get a margin call. Sometimes this can just go away with the market movement, or I love to have Freak Fridays, the Friday freak offs. When I know I'm going to get a massive amount of dividends, I will intentionally buy all I can to put of what I want, add to my current positions, and put myself into this, a potential margin call. I'm able to do that because I get paid every week. Okay. Now, it was a $4,000 dividend, XDTE. XDTE is my main. That's the one that doesn't move around. This was this month. It was 11,000 for Platy. Another XPay I like. I don't care what you say. I've read the prospectus. I understand it. Don't follow me. I don't know anything. SMCY, I'm no longer in it, but I did capture a dividend. XDTE again for the play right here. This was just this week. So, when you're going to get like, what's this, like $17,000, $18,000 in dividend? Well, what happens is if you have proper buffer and set this up right, which I'm going to show you next, you could literally, use all your spending power. You could even go into a slight deficiency because this is going to come. Now, when you get a margin call, they don't come to your house. They don't sell your entire portfolio immediately. None of that. What happens is you will get a big warning that says you are in margin deficit. Okay, and it's different than this. It's red. You still have like 2 days. It'll tell you the amount. Then I'm going to tell you about, well, Jenga. ETF margin Jenga. How your entire portfolio could collapse. So let me show you. So first of all, if you get a margin call, okay, you're going to have to sell something. Now, what are you selling? You're selling stocks or ETFs that weren't even yours. You were using them to gain dividends on. So what? Sell it. Right? Now you might say, well, I might sell it at a loss. Okay, well, that's what tax write-offs are for. Figure it out. Ideally, what you put in your portfolio and the way you put it in is going to give you a specific layout. This is an old picture. I have a couple of them that I saved. This is good, proper margin stacking. I've showed you this in other videos. As a matter of fact, I have created a playlist on my channel. If you go here, Oracle ETFs, go to playlists. You'll see one on core compounding. You'll see my losses. I lost $300,000 in one day with Netflix options. That was a long time ago. Anyway, here, view full playlist. This is on margin stacker, understanding the difference between margin buffer, which is here, and your buying power, which is there. Ideally, you want to buy things that will allow you to use all your buying power. Like this, look, 49 cents in buying power. Yet, I love that I saved this screenshot. It's very helpful, but it won't reduce. You still are not in high risk. You're not yellow. You have $50,000 in buffer. The key is buffer, not buying power. This is an example of, yes, you can go overboard. Look, 12 cents buying power, but he only had a $15,000 buffer, which is still good. This is like what I would call a freak off Friday situation. It says you're high risk. Means nothing. It means nothing. It means worst case, you might get one of those. Now, let's talk about the linchpins. I remember this when I started. I was so naive. This was long ago and far away. We've come a long way now.
Hey there, I'm Coach Ernie from ZeroDTE, and I'm here to share something that could change the way you trade forever. So after 25 years as a hedge fund manager, an institutional trader, and former chief architect in financial technologies, I've developed a strategy that's not just different, quite frankly, it's better. Inspired by the clever tactics I first observed among floor traders on the American exchange. Now, we're not talking about the same old day trading or those risky credit spreads that you hear about everywhere. Instead, I teach an asymmetric risk-to-reward strategy that takes small risk while pursuing large potential profits. And we do this by mastering the out-of-the-money butterflies. Now, here's the magic. Your risk is very, very small, but the profit potential, it's massive, 20 to 30 times larger than what the typical traders are aiming for. Let's contrast this with other ZeroDTE strategies. Take the standard iron condor, which might promise a 90 to 95% probability of profit, but the reality, with a setup that relies on low delta options and quick profit taking, the actual win rate can plummet to about 60% with a risk to reward that's nowhere near ours. Now, we trade these butterflies consistently 5 days a week on major indexes like the SPX, the NDX, and E-mini futures. Now, here's where we differ even more. And it's not just about the strategy, it's about the support. Now, we have weekly live coaching calls where we dive into market conditions, dissect recent trade setups, and adapt our strategies on the fly. Plus, our daily community forum keeps you connected, ensuring you're never left.
You can get your portfolio finally perfect with the maximal amount of growth and income, high frequency of income. And the key is you don't ever want to have NAV erosion, because then you have to reinvest to keep your capital flat. Let's say you're retired, which I don't understand. Okay, all I understand is income. We need, look, I don't care if you're a rock star, okay? I don't care who you are. You need income regularly, and you need a high income. That's what rich people get, high incomes, however they derive it. That's the goal. So yes, but we cannot go into stupid things. We cannot go into trends. We cannot go into fads where we get wrecked. We can capture momentum, of course. What does this represent? This represents the S&P 500 and the NASDAQ, the winners of the NASDAQ. You might say, well, why do you have YMAG? Well, YMAG happens to be a linchpin. Here's what I found. I love this portfolio. I want to never sell anything as long as everything stays the same. I love that XDTE does not NAV erode. People who use spreadsheets are under a false assumption of NAV erosion because when the market crashed and there was the Powell speech about interest rates, well, everything went down. It was the first time that XDTE moved down from $53 down to $48. It was a golden opportunity, and now it's back around 50. It was always around 50. It was up to 53 for a long time. Since the summer, it grew. XPay is similar, okay? I'm not going to go into it. YMAG is, it's a friggin' linchpin. I got Jumanji'd. I had to rebuild my entire portfolio and margin stack it properly. If you pull one out, and it's actually almost a gift from the universe, because the less buying and selling we do, the better off we are. I want a steady, passive income machine, yet I want some of the growth and excitement of the high flyers, okay? Now, NFLP is Netflix. We don't need to know my share counts. We don't need to know anything, okay? NFLP is like NFLY, except instead of going down to almost losing, I can show you charts. It goes up in value. TSLP pays every month. It goes up in value. It's crazy. It's like almost like having the stocks, the best of both worlds. Okay, they're like tranny ETFs, if that made any sense. Anyway, yeah, you got your tranny ETFs right here. They give you the growth, and they give it to you in the dividend, okay? YMAG turned out to be a linchpin. Here's what I'm going to show you about margin stacking. If you pull out one of these pegs, you get Jengaed. What does it mean to get Jengaed? So let's say you get the feeling that, you know what, I want to get rid of YMAG. And you take out the YMAG and you're like, I'm going to sell it. Let's say you have 50,000 in YMAG and you sell it. Jenga, watch. The whole thing will go into an instant margin call. You're thinking that I'm going to sell this and get 50,000. I'm going to buy something else. All of a sudden, Jenga. Are you ready? Are you ready to see my portfolio, Jenga? This is what can happen to you.
Eyes and eyes and eyes and eyes and this shit. Okay. I'm about to come back later live stream when everybody quiet and
Thing. Your 50/25s. You have to layer them in first. Okay? When I sold YMAG, it happened to me twice. And I learned this. And this was a while ago. I was like, wow, Jenga. So, if you stayed this long in the video, type Jenga. Jenja or GA? I don't know. Figure it out. Whatever. Just write Jen. It's like dirty Jenga. Anyway. And I had to figure this out. I was like, oh, wow. Because what happens is you start a cascading Jenga effect where you pull one out, think you're going to get money, okay, just like I showed you down here. And all of a sudden, you go into a deep margin call, instant alert, you're down $79,000 they want you to deposit. What do? Now, okay, you pulled out a Jenga piece. Now you're going to go ahead and you're going to sell off another Jenga piece. Let's say you sell 50,000 or 25,000 or something else and you think you're going to be all right. It's still there. So now you got less than you had before you started messing around. You got to dump another position. And then, before you know it, you've broken the entire matrix. The stacking of how you put these in is critical. So here's what I learned about the Jenga position. This is a Jenga, this is a Jenga, this is a Jenga. Once you have these stacked in, you can't pull them out. It's okay to start your portfolio from zero.
And that's the plan. We trying to like once we hit the 100K, we gonna maximize margin and we gonna build from that. Like we not gonna be in this selling. I'm back. We trying to find the bottom one of these ETFs and just leave the portfolio there. So that's the key. You leverage up margin at the bottom of the market. So right now we at a good opportunity to start finding bottoms, like what Nvidia just did. You can say it's bottom out, but that shit is not done dipping. So definitely gotta keep on some shit on the radar, like what we gonna be fucking leveraging up on. What the fuck we jacking up tits on?
You know that, right? You can do that. Yeah, it's all right, especially beginning of the year. So what I would do is I don't go all in XDT first. I do 50,000, 50,000, 50,000 in the Jengas, 50,000, 50,000, and I watch my buying power and my buffer. Okay, you do this right, you still have more and more buying power, and your buffer stays good too. Okay, now if you pull out a main peg, one of these, and you go to one of these, let me show you what will happen. If you like the content, let me know in the comments. That's all I get from this channel. I don't make money from this. It's nothing. Nothing. Zero. That's why I don't ask you to like. I don't ask you to subscribe. I make fun of other YouTubers that I think suck, which are most of them, and they're just stupid. They don't give you useful information. This is no spreadsheet nonsense. This is real. So, Jenga pieces of XDTE. YMAG, depending on what else you hold, is starting. And I hate YMAG. Okay, honestly, I like J and YeildMax, but the way they run their funds, it's not really for me. Okay, this is just a NASDAQ representation covered call ETF. I know there's a lot of choices. Shut up, I don't want to hear about it. All right, small position, I don't care. But you see, it's 50-30, so you got to layer in your 50-25s and your 50-30s first. Then you can freak off with the heavier stuff. Okay, now TSLP and NFLP declare this Tuesday. Okay, declare this Tuesday, and then this represents Tesla and Netflix. Both of them have earnings coming up. If you're in a fund that capital appreciates, usually a covered call fund doesn't, and these two have great earnings, you can crush it. That's why I'm in these two, because they capital appreciate. Their calls are written further out of the money. They win their trades. Okay, it's curve. They used to have Neos run their funds, okay, and be like a sub-advisor. I think they're doing it themselves now. Phenomenal. And these things grow up, so you get, did I say grow up? You should. Maybe you need to hear that. Anyway, so you get capital appreciation and good dividends every month. Okay, it's great. Now, if you slide out one of the, see, now this is a different requirement. Okay, let's take a look. We're at 50-30 here. Okay, now it's starting to go up. Look, 50-35. So what you do is you stack in your lower requirements first. I've done every variation of this in real life. No spreadsheet, nothing. Okay, I've wiped the portfolio clean and structured it again to see how I can maximize and milk the margin. This way I can maximize and milk my yield. It's the easiest way to make $40,000 or $50,000 a month. Find stuff that doesn't erode, that's stable, that pays a high yield. You don't want the, look, I listened to that stupid whiny kid, Citizen of the Universe. He was on a live stream one day, right? He likes that what's the SCHD, all the crap, old world garbage funds, okay? And he was on a live stream. He was like, yeah, he drives a Honda Civic. And they're like, oh, how's YouTube working out for you? Oh, I'm not really making a lot of money, blah, blah, blah. And it turns out that he's some clerical worker douchebag in a Honda Civic. Shut your mouth. Don't ever tell me what to invest in. You know nothing. If you have no money, shut up. You don't know anything. That's why. Okay? It all flows together. Now let's say you want to get Misty. Misty is a high margin requirement. 68 and 60 compared to the 50s and 25s, or at worst 50 and 30. So you have to stack this in last. Okay, you put in your lowest requirement ones first that you want to keep, and then you stack your movable sluts last. This is how you maximize margin. I could write a book on margin stacking, and I've never had to send in money to cover a margin call. Okay, but I'm going to tell you, if you get your portfolio just right, and you get to the state of margin nirvana, this is margin nirvana. You have all your positions in. You used all your buying power, yet you have plenty of buffer. The only way you are going to get to margin nirvana is if you stack margin stacking. The only place you are going to learn margin stacking is by subscribing to my channel. Okay, and I may make fun of other YouTubers that are just clowns and fools and buffoons. Yeah, it's my way. And I don't care if they like it or they don't. It's my way. It's what I do. So, YouTube.
All right, that's enough of Oracle. Go check out Oracle ETFs if y'all want to watch some videos on y'all time. Just trying to. I couldn't find no more videos about uh, margin stacking. Even when you go Reddit, like I'm just trying to find information on this shit. Usually, I just scout through Reddit with questions. See, can I find somebody break this shit down and they got like a testimonial type shit, and then I like just piece the a strategy. But what I did know is that a lot of people are like me. I have degrees, but I never got a student loan debt. Like, I'm so fucking confident, bro. How the fuck you get a loan, bro? You get a student loan, bro, and throw this bitch in this bitch. How they applying for these loans? If I find you might be offered loans as part of your school funding, they offer a loan as money you borrow and must pay back with interest. Student loans can come from federal price. Okay. I might want to be. I might want to be one of these, boy. I need a injection of 20 bands right now. So we gonna definitely gonna see what's going on. It's like buying a car. This better than buying a car, bro. Fuck it. Uh, Oh, you are not required to show financial need to receive direct. Oh, okay, 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 okay. We might finna do the race. Oh, we might be doing a race. We gonna have to get into that. Another one I've been watching is which one? Is it the HELOC loan? I gotta see what that is. Oh, that was. So that's what the dude did. He got a fucking 500 HELOC loan and threw that bitch in the stock market. See, that's what happened when you follow Reddit, bro. They be going crazy, bro. So that's why I got that taking the goddamn student loan or any type of loan and throwing that bitch in the stock market. So yeah, yeah. Okay, so he agreed. He got a nice take on it. He say he invests in low volatile stocks, and he used his puts bar. He uses buying power to sell cash accrued puts, and he collect the premium. And since he's selling puts, it don't affect his margin interest because no cash is used. So his cash pile is growing. So he's doing like kind of what I'm doing. Puts I sell our deep out the money. Earning men suggested a really bad week in the market, and I picked the strike below the month and try to run through the sinners. Okay, okay. If you're keen to use leverage to order to buy, it's better to sell deep in the money put option. And this way you don't have to pay interest on the margin since the broker is not lending you their money. Okay, so right here, this dude saying if you going long and you using margin to buy the dip, you should just turn around and sell in the money puts so you can get a premium upfront and then get it signed at your strike price. So that's a great point that you can take in consideration. Like I didn't even think of that. So that's why you got to scout Reddit and just take in like the knowledge that we got just with the power of the internet, bro. Like you can go through so many rabbit holes. Like this is how I got through investing because I was on Reddit going down Reddit rabbit holes. So you got a lot of motherfuckers talking about don't use margin. No, this one you would just use margin by dividends, paying stocks. So that's what we were just talking about with margin stacking, with the XDTE, with the weeklies and the monthlies, and using the dividends on top of the margins because your payouts become times two with margin. Then you just keep the cash pile growing. All right, let's see. Did anybody student loans? Let me see. Did anybody do it? Student loans stock market. Somebody did it out there, bro. Somebody got a story where they. You feeling better, silly, but I invested. Got loan check 16 and thought to myself I had the balls to take it to the moon. Ah, he got the plan. Yo, yo, yo. So that's why I'm itching, bro. I'm itching for a student loan. Hey, Keppel. So let's see.
Look at him. Look, I flip.
Bro, everybody trying to pay the student loan. We try to flip the student loan, bro. All right, here we go. Here we go. We got into somebody. 1 point per month and interest. Need to invest the loan amount. Blah blah blah. Credit, print all that. See what they say. HYSA. What the fuck is it? HYSA? It's a high yield saving account. Yes, you want more? Okay, I'll buy you more.
Daddy, say one more. I say I want
Bro, it's a bunch of scary cats out here, bro. Oh, I need to hear a success story. Invest paying off. I need to invest in student loan.
Daddy. What secret you're telling? You need to get your secret you're telling and minimum jelly. Two jelly. For my house, Daddy.
So I'm trying to finesse, run up 100K, and and you being silly.
Daddy. I want to sleep on it.
Okay, boom, it's not illegal to invest. Hey, all I see was go. I couldn't find a good success story on Reddit, but why is my computer lagging so much? Like, MacBook me, please, bro. I'm gonna have to get a whole nother setup, bro. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. Oh, ain't no way. Get back to YouTube, bro. See what video out there. But my work said they cutting hours, bro. I was the first one to get out of there, bro. Like what? Uh,
It's your hand hold. Daddy, is that
All
it?
right, let's go check out we the Kramer, see what his portfolio. He down on 100K. I seen with the market dip, but he'll give us a good insight on what that dividend portfolio shit hitting on. It ain't hitting on nothing. I bet they all down right now.
The berry tree. Daddy is a snake.
And today is Tuesday, January 28th. The time right now is 7:46. So
Yo, Oracle, what we were just watching with the margin stacker. Hey, he do not fuck with this guy. So if you didn't know, bro, he be talking shit about this guy. So this shit is be so funny because I got the YeildMax shit because he popped up on my feed, but I just took it and tried to test the theory. It didn't work out how I wanted it to, but I ain't like throw this theory out the water. I'm just trying to catch perfect dip. So right now we gonna take Oracle on his margin stacking, and we just gonna look at we the Kramers from the distance because his when I was looking at his shit did just bleed out. So I was like, I ain't understand his shit either. So I'm more leaning towards Oracle. Take the money over margin to the tits. Take the dividends elsewhere. Then Kramer, the cost don't matter. The dividend, the back, like all that shit matters. See what
so
you
we got
talking
a
about.
few days left before January's expired. Man, it's a rough 2025 year, 2025, and what the first month it's already gone by, and it's been it's been busy month. Let me just put it that way. It's been a busy month. All right, let's jump into our YouTube channel, and so let me talk about that a little bit here. So this YouTube channel is kind of new. I have the old channel that I don't really post much stuff about it. I do post stuff for my friends and family, but other than that, it's not really going on. But this channel is where we talk all about high yield dividends, income generation, and all that stuff. And so if you want to join the community, you want to hang out with us, all you do is click on Discord, and that will bring you to this channel right here, Discord. And this is how you communicate with me verbally. That's how I communicate. I don't do any text messaging. So if you send me Facebook and stuff like that, I'll respond when I get to it. I don't even check it. So once in a while, I would get an alert message and I would see it, and then I would like go check on it. But most of the time, I just don't care. So same thing as Instagram and stuff like that. On Twitter, I'm a little bit busy too. I'm actively involved in Twitter, but not so much as this is my Twitter. I follow. I pretty much follow all the people I need to follow. All right. So the reason I'm talking about this because there was some rumor mill about Curve Investment Management. I did send them a message and ask them, is this true? So I'm waiting to get some feedback. The one thing I don't like about Defiance and Curve and all those people, why I gravitate toward YeildMax is this. I actually send a message. If I send a message to YeildMax, they respond pretty quickly. If I send a message to RecShare, they respond very quickly. Now I met the RecShare staff, so maybe that's why they will respond to me a little bit better because I actually met them, shake hand with them. I never met the YeildMax staff, but they always respond. But Defiance, I have never received any response from Defiance. I never receive any response from anybody. Curve this is the first time I sent a message to them, so maybe they will respond to me. But if not, it's okay. It's not the end of the world whether they respond to me. I'm not one of those guys who's like, oh man, they don't respond, so they're bad, they're trash, I just don't care. If you don't care, I don't care either. So it's like different. But the reason I want to know is if it's true. Okay, what is the question? What is the topic? What is the main thing we're talking about here? What the heck? All right. So there's some rumor mill that Curve is gonna change their pay schedule. So to stagnate their pay schedule, so which is similar to what YeildMax is doing. So in other words, but since they switch over, I just consolidate TSLP to ULTY. So that's a lot of people like, is that's true? Like you're changing your pay schedule, and if so, can you pay it on Thursday because YeildMax pay on Friday, Wednesday or Thursday? That'd be good, cool. And it doesn't matter what week you rotate it. I just think it's a really good idea. If they do that, I will definitely start buying Curve again, because what you want all the time is monthly pay. And now since YeildMax pay on Friday, if Curve pay on Thursday or Wednesday, guess what? Now you get paid on Thursday and Friday. I mean, if Defiance do it on Wednesday, now you get paid on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. That is just so awesome. Just think about the awesomeness of that. People don't realize how beautiful that is. A lot of us in high yield dividend space, we are spoiled with YeildMax paying monthly with a weekly schedule, because every week we're dealing with fund that pay us a lot of money. Except this week, I just not a lot, because I don't have a lot of NVD. But I'm about to change that. I'm about to change that dramatically here, depending on tomorrow morning. All right, what's going on with tomorrow morning on Wednesday? Tomorrow morning on Wednesday is the busiest time in our Discord. Every morning it's really busy. Why? Because everybody want to know what the decoration date is, what the actual price is. We're gonna get paid tomorrow. So tomorrow, NVD right now is 2057. Okay, wow, that went up fast. All right, and so tomorrow is the decoration date. If it pay $1, this thing will be 1957. Here's your opportunity to get it 19 under $20. Okay. Now that's closing price of tomorrow. So closing price tomorrow, whatever the closing price is. Hey Sean, thanks you for subscribing. And all right, thank you. All right, so NVD, so we want to know how much we get paid tomorrow. Plus $1 would be great. If they pay $1, I'll make $360. Plus, I'm gonna get money. In this account, I only have 117 shares, so I'm gonna get another, let's say money paid 30 cents, and that's it's start off small, but I gotta get 1,000 share in this. Wow, it's going back to $5. That's just unbelievable. I should have just bite my bullet and just buy 5,000 share, 4,000 share. I mean, I'm sorry, 1,000 share at $4. That was dumb. I don't know why I did this way. I really don't know why. Because what's going to happen is tomorrow I'm going to buy it anyway. So, and I'm going to pay a lot more for it. Because I don't need to wait until Thursday. Money, the payment is so low, there's no point of waiting until Thursday to buy it. Just buy it, Yeah, I kind of regret now not buying at $4. But it's still, $5 still pretty cheap though. But you could have get it $4, or you could have get it for $3.90 cents. So I blew it. That's my chance. But I did bought it. So the good news is my average is pretty low because I bought it as it going up. So my average is 458, and I just keep going up with it. But I should have just throw a huge chunk of money. I was so stubborn with this reoccurring purchase that I don't know why I'm doing it. Don't know. All right, so that's my only regret. So tomorrow we're gonna find out how much Missy gonna pay, how much money gonna get paid, and of course we're gonna find out how much YeildMax gonna pay, and YeildMax, and then YBTC, and of course GPTY, LFGY. So all these guys we're gonna figure out how much they're all gonna get paid, all the weekly stuff tomorrow as well. Right. So eventually, what's gonna happen is I'm gonna keep buying more NVD. I'm trying to get a 2,000 share. And once I get the 2,000 share, the ultimate goal is to get to 4,000 shares. So I got to keep doing it until I get 4,000 shares, which is a lot of money. So that people don't realize how much money that is. So so I have 1,300 shares. Let me do the calculation here, online calculator. All right. So I need to get the 4,000 share. Minus 1,350 because that's how much I have right now. So I need 2,650 share time. Let's say it's $20. I'm just going to round out $20 piece. So I need to spend almost $53,000 to get it to 4,000 share. It's going to take me a while because I'm just slowly throwing that number in, and it's going to take me a while to get to $53,000 unless I start using margin again. But That's the problem. I don't want to use margin. So if I just use my cash in, it's going to take me at least a couple of years to get to $53,000. But eventually I will get it. I will get 4,000 share. I'll be happy, and then I'll get Misty also to 4,000 share. I'll be happy too. Now it's competition. So right now I'm putting money into NVD, but I also put money into Misty. They're equally the same amount. So what I can do is I just buy 100 share at a time. This month, this month, I put 100 share in NVD. Next week, I'll put 100 share on Misty. No, not next week. Next week is Tesla. Oh no, next week is Group C. So Group C, that will be ULTY Misty. So when I get paid for that, I'm gonna take some money aside and to buy Misty. So just 100 share. So essentially $2,000 in NVD, about 2,600, 2,700 for Misty. So about 4,000, less than $5,000. So $5,000 for Misty. So about 4,000, less than $5,000. So $5,000 going into this investment. All right. So that's to continue to grow this, a little bit here and there, 100 share. So in 10 months, if you keep buying 100 share, in 10 months you'll get 1,000 share, and so on. Okay. In addition, I buy a daily purchase. So I buy 1 share a day. So in 1 year, I will get 365 share. So put it that way. Oh well, it's not 365 days, so it's like 200 share. In 1 year, I'll get about 200 share because it's only 20 working days. All right. So that's it. So it's just going to give you a quick rundown on that. All right. So investing. So my portfolio is up 2.54%, or $2,000, $2,344. So it went down as low as today as $89,000. I mean, anytime they drop below $90,000, I'm pretty much facing margin call, because I'm only 3%, 1% to 3% away from margin call. So every time it drop below 90, I am facing a margin call. If it go up from 90, then I'm going away from margin call. All right. So overall, my portfolio, I'm doing really well. I'm up 63% or $36,000.
We pocket watching. We pocket watching. We pocket watch. Boy say he up to 63%. Oh shit, my bad. Three, 6, 7, 2, 4.72. So he started with 57K, about 58K.
Uh, 95,000 is the total account value. So I'm doing okay. I'm doing great, and I'm slowly continue to decrease my margin, and my bill is being paid. All right. So I am little.
All right, so where he using margin and how it got him the net 60% return is not how we planning to use margin. So we get 150,000 in margin. We know for sure we gonna double that 150 turn into 300. So we do this thing again with this lump sum of money. Mind you, I did this shit 3 months ago with now it's saying 23 months ago. Put it in a year now. Since now we about a month in. So around 12, 13. So that's like a 300% return right there. So 150,000 margin, 300% return. I don't see us staying in this goddamn 500K ballpark. Like we jump right into like $1 million territory. Like once you be jacked up to the tits and margin, the way he in it dividends. So that's not how we going. We going like what Oracle did. So you can see how it can really propel us into like 500K, 600K territory. Because once you sell margin, you get times two in the buying power. So it's like, yeah, you use 100K to buy a dip, but it recovered 100K, and now you just up 4K, 400K. So it's just like for him to have a 60% return when all that's said and done, it don't really show you the exponential growth that margin do to account. Like what we see here and shit. Like ball double down on the SoFi it, when it did the first initial blip, did it again, the margin, and did it again. But when you're able to catch these hiccups, apply to all the margin, you're able to like accumulate uh wealth faster. So yes.
Concerned about Bitcoin just
Oh,
a
you
little
want some
bit
of this?
because I'm putting a lot more money into Bitcoin now. Now it's coming down. That's good. I like it, but Bitcoin essentially the engine that drive everything here in my account. So Tesla and Bitcoin, those are the two biggest things because Bitcoin drive MSTR, MSTR drive MSTY, Tesla drive Tesla. Those Tesla and Tesla are my two biggest account. So I mean, pretty much everything evolve around them. So eventually I'm going to be a little more diversified, but right now, pretty much everything evolve around those two. All right, that's it. I just want to share you my thoughts for the day. I tried to contact Curve, and obviously, I think I did it wrong, so I posted again. So I hope I get the message if Curve out there. If Curve contact me, I'm awesome. I'll be blessed and happy. I'm just happy. I'm a happy-go-lucky guy. If you don't contact me, it's okay. It's not the end of the world. I'm a nobody, so I don't expect you to reach out to me. But I just want to know if that statement is true. Are you planning to do a scheduled payment, stagnant payment? If that is true, then I am so happy. I'm glad. I'm glad you're doing that, and I definitely will buy more Curve to support it. So, yeah, I will definitely do the exact same thing like I do with Tesla, NVD, Coney, and Misty. Now I would have another four fund. I would have, Curve fund, TSLP, ASMP, Google, something like that, or Microsoft, MSFY. So those four, like as an example, I will own those four to reinforce it. So those will be my true backup because right now Tesla backup is bid. Well, that's the same fund manager. That's not backup. So now if I have TSLP as a backup to TSLY, that's not only it's backup, but it's two different fund manager, managing things. So I just try to get it to 1,000 share now. Then I'll try to grow 1,000 share in those accounts, just like I have all these account here. Oh my God, it just every time there's so many new fun, I never catch up. Like it take me a while to build to 1,000 share. It's just like it never catch up. Look, I'm trying to build money to 1,000 share, and I feel like it's just a never-ending battle. It's just like what the heck. All right. So with that, I want to say, hey, thank you so much. I appreciate it for watching. Take care of yourself. Peace out.
All right. So dividend boys look like they losing. So like I say, that's a good time to get in dividend plays still. So we got NVD payout announcement tomorrow. So, like he said, Nvidia gonna be dipping. So it's gonna be a good time to accumulate on that. Like I said, learning from the dividends, you just come accumulate after they pay the dividends because it's gonna be a guaranteed dip, or you can vice versa, margin up, anticipating the dividend, and then once you get the payout, anticipating the margin gonna double out the payout, and depending on how much you down, you sell out and you roll that into a room winning play. So that's like how you can generate some type of movement if you need to like money. Like for instance, I paid a bunch of bills up front, and only thing I had was the couple of thousand shares of Tesla I had. So when they paid that dividend, it actually fell on the day I paid rent. So I was able to pay rent and a couple of more bills with the dividend, and then I sold out of Tesla for the loss, and then got into the SoFi puts. Well, I actually got into SoFi on the earnings dip after I sold the Tesla, and then I profit like the quick 300 off the SoFi, and then I went into writing these puts for the 25 strike. So right now that was the last play we did, and so we sitting on about 76K from that move. So we about 24K. About 23K away. We want to say 24K, and we really got about, do this one more time. I think 100 and bang bang. About 150 buying power after those options expire. Times two margin. So we're gonna be sitting on about 300K in margin, bro. I'm gonna show y'all how we really run this shit up, and depending how we go into the ETFs or the dividend strategy, we definitely gonna be accumulating like an annual dividend portfolio that's gonna pay us. I'm aiming for getting paid at least 5K a month. So my my sweet spot is 5K a month when I run up my portfolio. So that's gonna be about yeah, that was about five. Yeah, that makes about some sense. Cause I wanted the salary just to take care of basic shit. So I think 5K was right in that sweet spot because I was anticipating that margin buying power times two. So bringing in 5K a month in your portfolio is really equivalent to like 10K a month. So that's why I brought my numbers down to under 10K a month to just produce 5K a month. So my goal is to have my portfolio producing 5K a month, and with uh in reality we just gotta figure out multiple strings of income to generate the 5K a month. And we already got dividends. And so that one the easy. You just gotta figure out how much stock you have to own to receive that, or the portion you try to receive. So on top of selling cash secure puts, dividend payments, and you could say day trading profits, we could definitely manage 5K a month. So let's just see how much that is equivalent to a day. So we're gonna say we get probably a good 5 trading days. So probably 20 out of the month. So you really just got 20 days. So you basically gotta make $25, $250 a day to reach that goal. So 250 a day times 7. You would just have to get enough weekly paying dividend stocks like XPay, like he was saying, and see how many we need to own to get that 750, and vice versa. That's up to about 7K a month. That's over the budget. So that's already looking at that. That's gonna be like in hundred thousands of dollars. Cause what? Yeah, cause when you get about 2,000 of them, bitches, it started getting them in 50 bands. So as long as we do the margin stacking right, well, we stack the 20%, 25% maintenance requirement. We just gotta weigh into them right. So they look like right now it's a good dip where we at right now in Envy. Do I have some of this? Okay, I might double down. So wait, it's gonna do a payout tomorrow, so there's no need to double down right now. Yes. So we definitely gonna put MV day out payout coming. But yeah, this is like perfect like opportunity to like test out the strategy again with NVIDIA. See, is buying the dip worth it? Like this is like one of those no brainers. See, we kind of good if we go lower because you know you at a good bottom and level, and it's even good if we go up right now. So right now, this is like perfect testing grounds for like theories. So yeah, NVIDIA definitely. But other than that, bro, this all we got till later tonight. I don't really got nothing on this. Check and see what them cash secure puts is going to do. What you doing, Sensei? Oh, that do look like a bad day. They look like they winding down, so our portfolio be back to all time high. Yeah, the portfolio look like it be back to all time highs soon. So far, recover, and then we try to sell out them cash secure puts and write some more, or buy back quantum. It kind of died at the end of the day. The quantum scape put died at the end of the day. It went to like 4 something, but I took note and I put a limit I to close or at that 440, the low it hit today. I took note of it. But yeah, we down on the portfolio. 4 bands it look like 5 bands from our all time high. But like I said, we still up. Catch us on the next one. Kingdom on Fountain TV. Stay down till you come up. I'm gonna give y'all another stream tonight when the house quiet down. Stay down till you come up. Like, comment, subscribe, man. We at 100K. We gonna count 100K for y'all last.
Bird, race cars, lasers, aeroplanes. It's a duck blur. Might solve a mystery.
You gonna watch it with me?
History. Duck day that I've been making cocktails. Woo. Tales of daring, do bad, and good luck tales. The danger, watch behind you. There's a stranger out to find you. What to do? Just grab onto some cocktails. Woo. Every day that I've been making cocktails. Woo. Tales of daring, do bad, and good luck tales. Woo. Not ponytails or counting tails, no ducktails. Woo.
Say like and subscribe. Subscribe.
Two.
Get out of here, silly butt. Catch y'all on the next one.